Good morning, interwebs. It is just a touch after midnight, and yesterday's vlog still is not up. It's compressing. I finished editing it, and then I compressed it, and I had an issue, so I had to compress it again so that I can upload it. So it's gonna be late, but it is late because I have spent like my whole day watching. Oh, hold on, it's back on. I've been watching the Project for Awesome that the Vlog Brothers are doing. It's a 48-hour live stream on YouTube with various creators and YouTube-y people who come on, and there's a lot of money that gets given to the Vlog Brothers charity, which is called the Foundation to Decrease World Suck, and basically that's what they do. So today they've been raising a ton of money, like well over $1 million, for Save the Children and Last Mile Health, which are both, you know, organizations that give money to people in health situations that need it around the world. So, watched a bunch of that today while doing other things, but I've basically been attached to my computer or my phone or the computer hooked up to the TV all day while doing those things, which makes vlogging quite difficult. But there we're just switching over to a new live stream, so it's kind of like the new version of a telethon, but it's all done through YouTube, and it's fun and interesting. And this is the first time I've gotten to watch Project for Awesome in real time, so I am thoroughly enjoying myself. I don't know what that says about me, but I am enjoying myself. So I worked a bunch on my pug today. All of its parts are done. I just need to attach the legs, which I'm a little scared about doing. Like, I know it'll be fine, but it's a different way of connecting things than I've ever done with my toys before. So I'm a little, apprehensive about doing it. But, I mean, I saw a video tutorial, so it'll all be fine. And then I also made some stitch markers to go in my birthday kits. So, this is the first one. This is like the super special one. Let's see if you can see it. So this is like the special one. It has a heart on it, and green and black beads, and I actually stamped the heart on it myself with a metal stamp. So that's kind of cool and kind of reminiscent of my logo. And then there's this one, and the next smallest one. Come on. They were in their little container, so they got a little stuck. There's this one, and this little baby one. So these four will come together in a set with the birthday kit. They are all on the earring wires, which is my preferred means of progress keeper or stitch marker for crochet, because I like that the earring wire is thin. I don't feel like it leaves any gapping in my stitches. I've tried using scrap yarn. I've tried using other kinds of stitch markers. I always feel like they leave like a stretch space in the stitch that I have them in, and my toys especially. That's when I really use them, and they leave like a noticeable mark. But they're really good too for I like the ease of going in and out, like when doing raglan increases and things and stuff I've been working on lately that's garmenty. I just like how easy these are to open and close, versus I have some that have lobster claws on them, and I always get worsted weight yarn caught in the lobster claw, or I have to use a lobster claw that's so big I feel like it leaves a gap too. So these are my preferred stitch markers, and these will be available in the birthday kits. I just have one more little piece to sew up the sample for, and then I can put these up on Etsy. Sorry it's taken so long. I don't know if any of you are actually looking out for them, but I will let you know when they are live. So, a set of these, and they're in this cute little box. And obviously when I ship them, I will wrap them in a piece of tissue so they don't jingle around. But there are those. There will also in that kit be some of my handmade cards. They're going to be these that say "You're so sweet" and have the little ice cream cone, which are my favorite. And then on the back, there's an ice cream cone on the envelope. So there will be a few of those in the kit too, because what's a birthday kit without some birthday cards or thank you cards or however you want to use them cards? I love the "You're so sweet" cards because they are super universal. All things that you would want to give a card for. I mean, "You're so sweet" is an acceptable thing to say. Okay, I am going to go and put the stupid legs on the stupid pug, which is just a project that turned out to be more of a project than I anticipated, which is unfortunate. Every year I make gifts for this particular person to purchase for their family member. And every year, the thing I make turns out to be more work than I anticipated it being, more mind-numbing than I anticipated it being, just a pain in the butt, and I say, I'm never going to do this again. And the next year, she goes, it's that time of year. What can I order for my niece? And I'm like, oh, here's what you should get. And I say yes. So, I figured the girl's growing up, right? Someday, she's not going to want a stuffed toy, and I'm going to be sad. So, I'm going to go sew the legs on the pug. I also need to make the other scarf tonight. So that I will be done with those, and then I need to work on a toy hammock. Those are my plans of attack. Let's see how that all works. But first, to sew together a pug, and go watch more Project for Awesome. Okay, so I think it's probably after 3. I don't really know. My Fitbit is charging, and there's not a clock in here. But a while ago, I finished this little guy. Here's the pug. See, it has legs that are, like, articulate, so you can, like, lay it down or have it wave or whatever you want. And then it has a little curly pug tail. So this will be headed off to its home. I need to take pictures tomorrow and then list it for the lady so I can get it in the mail on Monday. And with those legs, I've never done legs with that before. I'm not worried about them because they're going to, like, a preteen. Like, I think the girl's somewhere between, like, 9 and 13. So I'm not going to be worried that she's going to break them. I would probably not be comfortable making legs in that manner for, like, a kid under that age. Because I just feel like they would be rough enough that you might snap the yarn. Like, even though I went through a couple of times, I just don't know how strong I think it is. Clearly, if I tested it out more, maybe I'll decide very strong. But I think it's strong enough for its purposes. Now, I did also finish the other scarf, which I already had hidden away. I finished this blue one tonight for my youngest. So, that's there, and it's a little keyhole scarf. Now, I think I used the same hook, but I must have used a smaller one. I must have used a K for these. Because these are all big and squishy, and this one, well, it's still squishy enough, is tighter, and it's smaller, but it's actually perfect, because I was getting a little concerned that I had sized it off my daughter's scarf, and then was making it for a smaller kid. So, this will work out fine for everybody, and now these are done, and off my mental to-do list, and I'm going to go work on the toy hammock until I fall asleep, or I'm ready to go to bed, whatever one comes first. And I will say goodnight to you now, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Nighty-night.